art belongs in the world. It belongs in the shared bits of the world. It belongs within commonly held space.
Good work is not about the kind of communication that human beings do between each other. I think it has to do with somehow communicating the human condition or human existence to something beyond itself.
Yeah, so, are we running?
I'll never forget that first approach. You come to the edge of the salt lake,
And it's absolutely magic. The feeling of being at the edge of endlessness, something like that. It's like being on the lip at the edge of the world. Inside Australia is the name of this project, and I think what I'm trying to do is unite the notion of the interior of this continent with the notion of the interior of a population. And it seemed very right to take the nearest local community. It was easy to find the site in a way, which is geographical. The difficulty was to find a social site. I didn't know anything about the geology of Western Australia when I first went, and you feel it immediately. Here you are flying over a very ancient continent. It's almost like your heart starts beating slower, everything slows down, and you're close to something that is itself close to the beginning of things.
it's amazing stuff, this, look. This whole story starts in New South Wales in 1989 when I had to dig foundations for a room for the Great Australian Desert. We brought back about 400 kilos of this and made 1,100 little terracotta people that look a bit like this. And we set them down on the floor. This is like malleable flesh. And it's amazing, that's what this place is made of. And all I knew was I needed a clean, clear, open space.
The population now is probably somewhere around 80 to 100 people. Going back 100 years, there was somewhere between 11,000 12,000 people in the town. It was quite a big town, bakery, brewery, shops, 7 or 8 hotels, the whole box and dice. And the gold shifted and the people shifted and it was all left behind.
Trucks don't slow down through Menzies. It's like it's lost its grip on people's idea of destination. I love the feeling that this was a town that time had forgotten in a way. I went into the police station and I said, "What do you think about having a few sculptures out on Lake Ballard?" And he said, "Well, are they valuable?" I said, "Well, yeah, probably. I mean, probably a few £100,000 worth." He said, "You must be mad. They'll be gone." He said, "They'll be gone." So he wasn't terribly encouraging. Having found this extraordinary place, I don't have to find the today people.
He came across a real arty-farty type person, and when he went off out into the lake first time, he came back glowing red because you know, like it was quite warm. And the next few times that he went out, he actually took his bedsheet and draped it all around him. He used to look like Lawrence of Arabia.
Anthony came in here and had a very red face and was badly burnt from walking around on the lake, and he explained what he intended to do here, which took a little bit to sink in, but we sort of listened to him.
When he first came in, we were looking up at him. A big, tall, white man walked in here, just kept everybody and sat at the table, and he said, "I'm looking for Lorraine." I said, "I'm Lorraine." He said, "Oh, you're just the person I was wondering what's going on, but I know your way of putting you at ease. Yeah? We're supposed to make him feel welcome, and I think he was making us feel welcome." Yeah.
I guess the first phone call I had from Sean to ask if Menzies Shire could help with these statues going out in the middle of the lake, and there's a sort of culture amongst pastoralists at some stage in their life where you would get phone calls, very humorous ones, where people would play really big tricks on each other to the extent we got totally sucked in, and you would respond, and then someone would crack up laughing. And originally I thought, hello, we have one of our ex-pastoral friends here doing a bit of a giggle, because he started talking about these wrought iron statues that were going to be scanned and 33% body mass, and I was thinking, this guy's either crazy or someone's having a lend of me here.
Can we make the work in some way uses this abandoned zone of the outback that is on the edge of the Aboriginal heartlands, on the edge of the goldfields.
Some people say that they know the difference between, you know, when they get a gold sound, or whether, you know, tin or various other metals that one may find in the bush, you know, nails and tacks and pieces of lead, you know, fired from bullets or from guns. But I dig every sound that I get up so that I'm sure that I didn't leave gold behind.
I had nothing to do one day, and I borrowed a metal detector off a neighbour. And another fellow from Kalgoorlie and myself went to a spot out the bush, and we actually went in the wrong direction, we were told, and we picked up a 56-ounce nugget sticking out of the ground. It wasn't that one. And so that was on. And I stayed at the back side of it.
What is a miner trying to do? Not very different from my Insider project. They're trying to get to the concentrated core of things, searching around, hoping that they're going to find something.
In the real gloopy bit, this makes an incredible noise when you pull the damn thing out. Listen. Can you hear that?
I've used my own body for 20 years now as the closest bit of the material world to me. I didn't ever want to invent anything. I did want to make a testament to life now.
Anthony decided in his wisdom to go around and knock on all these doors and say to all these Aboriginals and all the people in town, I'm putting on drinks and pickies down at the Shire Hall at 5:30. I'd like you all to come down and we'll start the scanning. Anyway, I said to Anthony, waste of time. He said, no, they all said they're coming. I said, Anthony, it is a waste of time. It is cold. It is a Friday night. Aboriginals and people hate going out when it's cold, particularly when you ask them to get their gear off. No, they'll all be here.
Well, I don't want to predict, but we're now 45 minutes after 5, and it's great that you're here, but I'm wondering what would make a difference to make people feel that they would want to come. It's tricky though, isn't it? Because I really don't want to make it obligatory. I don't want to force people to do anything that they don't want to do. But I do passionately believe that this piece will be a lot better if we have the collaboration of the community here.
You know, he's looking for 70. I don't know whether we'll get 70, but if the other non-Aboriginal community comes along as well, we might achieve the number.
Got up bright and early the next morning, and it took an hour and a half to actually get two local Aboriginals, who were Hoagie and Vance, who I think were the ones that had the most fun loving it, to actually get them inside the hall. Then Anthony announced that they were allowed no clothes. Now, Aboriginal culture and a lot of white culture doesn't actually lead itself to people standing stark naked in front of this machine that looks like something out of a horror magazine or a spy movie. And we took it out to get Hoagie and Vance in there. They actually went through, and then we found the only way that we could do it was to actually get a heap of men all in there together so they could laugh at each other, and then a heap of women the same way. And we managed, I think, in the end to get about probably 85% of the population